turned 18 and I got my very first tattoo. I had just moved out of my abusive, conservative Muslim parents' house, and I wanted to acknowledge the culture that I had come from. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget where I had come from. So I knew the perfect talisman for this was to get a tattoo of the only symbol of being Muslim, Islamic, or Pakistani, and that is the star and the moon. When I went to go get the tattoo, I had a coupon, which I had a coupon. And I went to a shop with brick walls and red leather and the smell of stale cigarettes, and it was a male tattoo artist that took care of me. He took my design and he imprinted it into my skin. The process was incredibly healing. I felt connected to everything that I had left behind, but the process was also not cathartic. My name is Shanze Afzal, and I own a tattoo studio for women, and I focus on making sure that the tattoo process is both healing and cathartic. To go through how healing tattoos can be, I'm gonna go through a roadmap of my body. The next tattoo I'm gonna talk about is this gorgeous piece on my hands. My love affair with tattoos started when I was a very young age. I must have been between 5 and 12 that whole time. I was obsessed with henna tattoos because that was very popular in my culture. Henna tattoos were a celebratory act, a very female act, and popular during holidays and weddings. I would beg my older cousins to please do my hands, please. And I would steal my younger cousins and force them to let me do their hands. I would put lemon juice and sugar, which is the hack to make the stains last longer. Already, I wanted the permanence of a real tattoo. I tattooed this piece on myself, which was difficult because tattooing yourself is no walk in the park. But I tattooed myself in a space that was also brick walls and red leather, and this time the smell of weed everywhere. It was great. The tattoo was really healing. It connected me to my culture in a way that wasn't me saying, ugh, you, to my culture. But it wasn't a cathartic experience going through it once again. You may also notice that I have some deer on my chest, and deer are cute. And that's part of it. Like, I love deer. I'm from Long Island. Deers are awesome. But another part of it is the deer are a way to help me heal from an egregious case of domestic violence. I had an ex-boyfriend who one day grabbed me by my neck, picked me up, and threw me against a wall, pulled out his hunter's knife, and stabbed me. He created a place, made me feel like my body was no longer mine and was no longer safe. But now I have a tattoo to cover up that scar. I have tattoos all over my body to commemorate what I had gone through. And these deer make me think of a deer caught in headlights, or they make me think of fight or flight or freeze. These are all symptoms that I went through as I was in my healing process. And as I was healing, I came up with this artwork, and I knew I wanted it tattooed on me. I had it tattooed on me by a mentor who knew what I was going through, but did not understand the connection between the tattoo and the healing that I needed. The tattoo provided me so much, but it wasn't a cathartic experience again. There is something about being in these studios with all this masculine energy, all this red brick wall and red leather. There was something missing there that I needed. The next tattoo I'm going to share with you is a tattoo that I haven't shared with anybody before. It's newer, but it's been a more than a year-long healing process. I love kids, and I used to be a nanny. I used to teach kids how to disco dance party. I love kids so much, but I never wanted any. So when I got pregnant, the experience was devastating to me. I knew I had to have an abortion, but it was just excruciatingly painful, emotionally, physically. I couldn't find an abortion clinic that was real. Trump had just gotten elected. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't work. It's just, the list goes on. When I finally got the abortion, I woke up in Planned Parenthood scream sobbing. And that reaction was so visceral to me that I had to think about it every day for a year. And that every day for a year, suddenly the perfect tattoo design came up to me. And I knew I had to tattoo it onto myself because I tattoo myself all the time. But I knew it was going to be so much more than that. So to commemorate my abortion, I tattooed a bird's nest, family, a broken egg for the lost child, a bird looking and crying for me and my feelings, and a bird about to fly away for my partner who supported me the best he could. And I tattooed this in a sacred space. I tattooed this in a gut-renovated 1963 Shasta trailer that I built. It has marble flooring and faux concrete walls and a pink tattoo table. It smells like incense and it has precious stones. There's a mural on top of Madonna and Britney Spears making out. And it is a space meant for two. It is a space meant for the tattooer and the woman getting her experience that she needs. And for the first time, as I'm tattooing myself and I'm going through the pain and I'm stretching the skin and I'm using the machine, for the first time, I feel this catharsis. I feel this, I have to stop. I have to breathe. I could cry right now. I felt more healed from this tattoo than I did this entire year of looking for support from my friends and family and ex-boyfriend. So, I'm a tattoo artist. And I run my own tattoo studio, and I believe that tattoos are not just a form of self-expression, but also an incredibly therapeutic art and a healing power that people can harness very easily. Sure, self-expression is a part of it, but I invite you to see tattoos as a story. I am a gallery of my life. I will share with you one more tattoo, and this is a celebratory tattoo. It says Papa on it. It's very Sailor Jerry inspired, just a traditional tattoo. But my dad was a really important reason why I moved out when I was younger and got this tattoo. He wasn't there for me. But life changed, and to turn it around, my dad is my biggest fan and my biggest support, and I couldn't think of a better way to honor him and celebrate him than getting his name tattooed on me. He's an old conservative Indian Muslim man. He hates tattoos, but he loves this one. And I find that women come to me with their own quirky stories of like, you know what? My mom would hate this tattoo, but she wants me to be so-and-so. Or I always wanted to do this, but I need you to put this music note on me so that I will become a famous musician. Tattoos can provide healing and closure and motivation and inspiration and acknowledgement and just so much more than self-expression, so much more than being on trend. I invite you to, for the next time that you see somebody close enough to you, to ask them, what does the tattoo mean to them? And say, I know you don't like to talk about it, but just this one time. I've never talked about my tattoos before tonight. This is the first time I've done it here with you. So thank you very much.